Because if you can't manage the money that you have now in your bank account, what makes you think that you're going to be able to manage series regular salaries? Let's just face it, we're not always going to be motivated. For everybody, every performer, I always say go to and Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Lainey Morales. It is such a pleasure to have you guys here once again. And in today's video, you guys, I am so excited because we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things when it comes to being an actor, and that is goal setting. It's getting ready for the new year. It's getting ready for new beginnings, a new chapter. 2021 is around the corner. I don't know about you guys, but 2020 in and of itself was actually the best acting career, or the best year for my acting career thus far. Knock on wood. It was the best career-wise. So I'm going to be walking through my step-by-step on how I goal set and get ready for the new year. So no matter what happens, despite a pandemic, despite family, personal issues, I can stay on track and reach my goals and achieve my goals and stay consistent and show up no matter what. So if you guys are ready to start goal setting to reach massive success in your acting career in 2021, then of course, keep on watching. All right, my friends, so the first tip that I have for you guys is you have to reverse engineer your goals. Think of what is that big goal that you have that is just your burning desire. Do you want to book a series regular? Do you want to win an Oscar? Do you want to be on Broadway? Do you want to be Elphaba in Wicked? Whatever your long-term burning desire goal is, think of it and then start to think backwards. Start to reverse engineer and really break it down into the small little increments. So let's say, for example, you want to book a series regular. That's like the #1 popular one for all actors, especially for film and television. Okay, great. So where are you starting at? Are you an actor like no experience whatsoever? Then maybe you have a few things that you gotta educate yourself on and you have to learn. I recommend that you watch my best resources for actors of all levels video. That's your next step, is to look for an agent. Okay, well, I need to get an agent. I want to sign with an agent next year. So then that means I have to get my reel on point. I have to book, or I have to maybe get a little more indie footage if I have to, or maybe I have to get more theater credit or make more connections, go to panels. But pretty much, what are these steps that you need to do that you can break it down into small little attainable goals and actions and habits that is in alignment or on path with that big goal? Of course, reverse engineer. Now, break it down to the smallest possible goal and start building momentum from there, because anything can happen. And that's what I love about being an actor. Anything can happen in this industry, but at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're prepping, you have to make sure that you're educating yourself and that you're learning about the industry, you're learning about the market, you're doing everything that you can in your power for that big series regular or that big Broadway role or whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be the next Elphaba on Broadway, maybe you've been MIA from musical theater for a while, then the next step would be to get voice lessons, to read books about the business of Broadway, or listen to Broadway podcasts. Whatever thing, really just reverse engineer and break it down to the smallest things and the next right thing for you to do that is in alignment with that big goal. Which is a great segue to my next step, which is for everybody, every performer, I always say go to an acting career coach or have a career consultation with someone who is doing what you want to do, or maybe one of your teachers, someone who knows what they're doing as well. Don't just go to anybody. Book a career consultation with them. Seriously, guys, it's an investment in your career. It is worth the money. Even if you're starting from beginner all the way to advanced, every single year, either towards the end or the beginning of the year, I think every actor should be booking a career consultation with an acting coach that they respect, that they value, or that is successful, or just in general that knows what they're talking about. I do this every single year. I just had mine. I have a pretty good idea of where I want to be. And this is especially beneficial for those who are actually just starting acting. Go to a career coach, do your research, ask any actor friends, anybody. There's lots of Facebook groups where you can ask all of that great stuff. So please do that. All right, guys, so the next step that I have for you guys is focus on your habit. Don't focus on like the big, ginormous goal that you have. I mean, of course, set that intention. Don't just, let it go or whatever. But I really want people to focus on their habits. Everybody wants to book the series regular. Everybody wants to be the lead actress on a Broadway musical. But are your daily habits, is how you're spending your time on a day-to-day basis reflecting that? Is it in alignment with that? Is it resonating with that? Most of the time, no. I'm surprised when a lot of my friends say,
I want to book the series regular. Next year, I'm booking a series regular.
all this, that, the other. But then you walk through their day-to-day time or what they do on a day-to-day basis. And it's, they go to work, then they come home, and then they like social media, Instagram the entire day. I'm kind of calling myself out too, if I can add. But really, we have to start focusing on who is the person that we're embodying. What is it that we're doing every single day that is going to determine our future and our success in our future? Is who we're being today a reflection of who we want to be in the future? Because we have to live our life in the present now. I read this amazing quote, or someone told me this amazing quote that says, if you keep looking towards the future, you stay in the future. Everything that's happening right now, you just completely miss. So before even thinking, I want to book the series regular, I want to book 10 roles, I want to book this, that, the other, which is awesome. It's fantastic. I'm not judging that at all. But what are you going to do every single day? What are little habits that you can start building every single day to build that momentum, to bring into alignment? Everybody wants to be the series regular, but nobody wants to put in the work. It is a lot of work to become a series regular. You are a full-time working actor at that point. You're getting paid lots of money, which again, what are your financial habits looking like right now? Because if you can't manage the money that you have now in your bank account, what makes you think that you're going to be able to manage series regular salary or series regular pay? Really learn what you need to know now and incorporate the habits that you think are in alignment with where you want to be in the big goal and start embodying it. Start embodying it as much as possible. And that's where, again, I 120% recommend that you guys go to an acting career coach and book a consultation, no matter how much money it is. Obviously, do your research. Don't be dumb either, but like do your research, invest the money in a good acting career coach. Do what you need to do to make sure that you have a solid game plan and a solid system, because you're not always going to be inspired. You're not always going to be motivated. Motivation actually wears off pretty quickly. It's really what you do in between that uncomfortableness and that uneasiness and that times when you're not motivated that are really going to determine where you're at and is going to build that momentum and attract what it is that you want. So focus on habits, not so much the like one day to the next overnight success. You're gonna burn yourself out by overloading yourself with so much stuff on your plate. Literally take it small, slow and steady wins the race. And also take into consideration that you guys all have different schedules. Some of you guys are parents, some of you guys still work a corporate job, some of you guys work busy restaurant times or whatever. Keep into consideration that you can't do everything at the same time either. You can't 10x everything. And you only have so much energy, so much time and so much money. Balance it out, plan accordingly, build an amazing game plan, and they will take into consideration everything that you have available to you and where you need to go and what you need to do to be where you need to be or where you want to be. Please guys, stay in the zone, stay consistent, keep going no matter what. One way that you can track your habits and just your schedule and making sure that you have your priorities and your to-do list nearby to just be reminded of is a planner. I personally use the Harmony Planner. I'm not sponsored, but I love this planner because it breaks down your year into 90-day increments or quarterly increments, which I love. And so you set goal or a couple goals for each new quarter. And what I also love about this planner as well, because this is from Freedom Mastery, which like they do a lot of the law of attraction planners, but it's really cool because it's a lot more simple than the law of attraction planner. I think like for me, a lot of things that I've learned through the years is less is more, because if it's more and complex, I tend to get very overwhelmed and have anxiety. But what I love about this is like it has like a habit tracker where you can track your daily habits every quarterly and all of that great stuff. And it has like a monthly planner, and then there's a section for like the monthly planners, and then like the end of each quarter check-ins, and it asks you prompts and questions, and then of course it breaks it down to your weekly planner and your day-to-day planner as well. So this is from Freedom Mastery. I think it's like $20-30. It's worth the investment. I kind of stopped using it after like the last quarter quarter just because at this point during the pandemic I was like whatever, but I recommend it if this is a resource that you guys are interested in, or that if you guys are interested in planners and law of attraction planners and manifesting and habit tracking and all of that great stuff. This is the perfect self-helpy planner for everyone. Another awesome tip, this is a low-key kind of my secret, please don't tell anyone, it's just between y'all. Okay, no, seriously, another big secret that I have, and again, I'm a big believer in manifesting and law of attraction and all of that great stuff. I'm also very religious and I believe in God, and I'm very much a believer, but I love using mantras and affirmations. One that I really love using, I cannot believe I'm saying this out loud, but one that I really love using that I always find success in is repeating to myself, I am the most successful working actress in Atlanta, or I am about to book something. I just know I'm about to book something, or I am the top booking talent at my agency, or whatever it is, anything that just makes me feel good, that builds that momentum. And not only just saying the mantra isn't enough, like it's because I hate those stupid like obnoxious mantras that are like, I attract money easily and effortlessly, and then you go about and you just don't do anything about it. Like you just expect it to fall in your lap. Like I was a big sucker for that. Like I learned real quick that that's not how affirmations work. Really, for affirmations to work, you have to not only feel it, but you have to embody it as well. Even if you're not 120% there, I may not be the top booking talent at my agency. However, I am putting in the work. I am trying to adapt this mentality that, okay, I might not be the most successful or the top booking talent at my agency, but I'm going to be the most hardworking and I'm going to go the extra mile. Again, I'm a big quotes person. I read another quote that said, to be in the 1%, you have to do what the 99% won't do. Really focus on that, because a lot of people, they have their good years, they have their bad years, they have momentum, and then the momentum just leaves. Really focus on what is the mantra, what do you want to identify with? Like, I am an Oscar-winning actor, I am a top booking actor, I am the most successful actor, I'm about to book something, I just know work is coming, and really start building that momentum. Add to that momentum, add that fuel to the fire with your daily actions. Another quote that I really love that resonates a lot with my life mantras as well is, it is not your beliefs that determine your actions, it is your actions that determine your belief. We have to get uncomfortable, we have to do what others don't to start building that identity, to start building that personality, to start building that person that we want to be, because it all comes down to action. We can all read the self-help book, we can all go to the acting classes, we can all listen to the experts and listen to other people's opinions, but what we do with our actions is going to determine what our success outcome is going to be. Body the person you want to be. You want to be a series regular? Start acting like a series regular. Start treating this like a series regular. But digress, I say all of that and repeat all of that again to say, pick a mantra, embody it, feel it, and do it. Listen to the previous steps and embody that mantra, and start working and acting and embodying and carrying and integrating those habits that are in alignment with that mantra. And that's how affirmations work, guys. That is truly how affirmations work. Not just, oh, I attract money easily and effortlessly, and then you're doing nothing. Like, no, guys, you have to put in the work. I'm telling you, once you combine action with the mantras and believe, everything else is icing on the cake. The next thing that I have for you guys is you have to celebrate your wins. Any little thing that you accomplish, any little thing that happens, maybe it could be something as small as I got to read with someone today and I had fun in the process, or something like I just signed with an agent, or maybe this casting director followed me on Instagram, this director followed me on Instagram, or I built my following, or whatever little wins that you have for your career, please celebrate them. Make a gratitude journal, because if we keep focusing on what we don't have, we're never ever gonna have enough of that, and or we'll stay miserable, and we're always gonna be looking forward to the future, that our life is gonna be better in the future, which is just no way to live, because our life is happening now. And the best way to just be present and live in the moment is to just be grateful and be aware of your wins. Be aware that you're successful, that you're going to be successful, that you can do hard things, that you can achieve hard things, and that pretty much the wins are where the magic happens. It's these small little wins that are going to start building up that big iceberg of a career. Celebrate your wins, no matter how big, no matter how small. Celebrate every single last one of them. And this just doesn't go for your acting career, but this just goes for everything in general. So please guys, celebrate your wins. Oh, one more thing, celebrating your wins is just what makes the process even more fun, and it makes it more that you're not just so stuck in the, oh, one day my career is gonna come, it's over there, like just one day. No, it lets you be present, it lets you be in the moment, and it lets you enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. It really truly is about the process. Hold the vision, trust the process, guys. Celebrate your wins, because it's going to make everything so much easier, so much more fun, and you're not gonna be desperate. The worst turnoff in this industry, guys, is desperacy. Cast and directors hate it, other actor friends hate it, actor colleagues hate it. Everybody in this industry hates desperacy. We hate people who are desperate, and actors who are desperate is just so unattractive and such a turnoff, and you are never going to work if you're desperate. Last but certainly not least, guys, because let's just face it, we're not always going to be motivated. We're pretty much, when we've hit a rut, we kind of get inspired, and then we kind of hit a rut again because we just become so unmotivated. Maybe like, oh, you end up mindlessly wandering on social media and scrolling mindlessly on social media. Maybe you get distracted with other things that kind of are a distraction to your career. But the most important thing is no matter what happens, no matter what life throws at you, because as you guys saw in 2020, it was anything but unpredictable. It was anything but what we could have prepared for and planned for. Like, nobody could have predicted a pandemic. But in the end of the day, stay inspired. I'm not gonna say stay motivated, but just stay inspired. And I'll share with you my favorite thing on how I love to stay inspired when I'm in a rut, when I'm burnt out, when I feel overwhelmed, when I just feel like I'm nobody or whatever, is I just love listening to my favorite actors and their interviews. I love watching musicals and theater. A show or a production that I always stay inspired, that reminds me of why I'm in this career to begin with, is the musical Hamilton. And not only that, because I just love Hamilton, I love the music. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a big inspiration in my life, and the entire cast is incredible. But every time I'm feeling like I'm stuck in a rut and that I don't know what I'm doing, or that I'm just crying and breaking down, or that I feel insecure about myself, or if I receive bad news in my career, even in my personal life, I always put on the musical Hamilton, or Frozen, but I always put on the musical Hamilton, and I just am reminded as to why to keep going. And I'm reminded of the love of acting, the craft of acting, the work, the art, the message, the perspective of different people, different life, and just history. And I just love Hamilton. So pick out your favorite inspirational projects, movies, TV shows, actors, interviews, books, self-help books, and just stay inspired no matter what happens. And reach out to those things and look out to those things in those moments when you're stuck in a rut, because I'm telling you guys, it makes a big difference. This industry, when the highs are highs, I mean, they're high, and when the lows are low, they are low. So it's really hard to find a balance, because in this industry, anything can happen, but also anything can happen. So it's important that we just stay inspired and we stay focused, and we just remember why we're doing this, and we're reminded on why we were inspired to do this in the first place. And stay with that message, stay with your why, stay with that inspiration, and you'll get through a lot. Telling you, the pandemic renaissance, the COVID renaissance, all of the lockdown renaissance, quarantine renaissance, whatever you want to call it, all of these big projects are coming. It is about to be, knock on wood, it is about to be probably one of the busiest years for the film industry and for the acting industry and for filmmakers and producers and theater and all of that stuff. We've been bored, and writers have been bored, and writers have been creative. This year, writers have a lot to say. So please guys, stay inspired, stay motivated. I hope you guys have an incredible 2021. I hope you guys all report back to this video. I just ordered my new one for 2021 in a teal blue, and it is beautiful. So yeah.